am Tamanna Haque Nipa, and my paper is Revealing Mental Disorder Through Stylometric Feature in Write-Up. This slide shows the overview of the presentation that I am going to discuss here. At first, I will talk about the problem statement and motivation behind the study, then some existing work, then the proposed methodology, experimental result, limitation, future work, and finally conclusion. Mental disorder means some abnormal thoughts, perception, emotions, behavior, difficulties in dealing with daily activities and daily griefs, and they are influenced by some psychological and environmental factors. They are normally associated with some negative life event like loss of loves, experiencing trauma, relationship conflict, diseases, etc. A combination of biological vulnerability and psychological stressor can lead to mental illness dependency on the way of coping the stressor by the body and brain. There are different types of mental disorders like depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, and different disorders are associated with different presentation. Excessive mental illness can cause suicide. Motivation behind the study is to focus on write-up as most conventional approaches used to diagnosing mental disorder are based on oral conversation. And often the mental health issues are ignored in our society due to stigma associated with seeking help or fear to be a burden to society. It is found that mental illness are one of the leading causes of disability in this world. According to World Health Organization, 450 million people are suffering from a mental illness currently. And two-thirds of individuals suffering from mental illness choose to avoid seeking help from their condition. Over 40% of countries lack a mental health policy and 30% have no program regarding mental health. In 2020, it is found that 1 in 6 young people have a mental health problem, whereas it was 1 in 10 in 2017. Globally, it is found that 800,000 people die every year due to suicide, and that means 1 person every 40 seconds. Among them, 50% of suicide occurs due to mental health problems. There are 9 warning signs of mental illness, and one of the potential warning signs is disregard is talking or writing about their hopeless feeling to their friends and relatives. Our idea is to figure out the depressive behavior of individuals through the stylometric feature, mainly pronoun in write-ups, and to support the control to control the negative activities, early identification of mental diseases, and averting suicide. Existing related studies. Jaina M. et al. In 2019 have suggested some machine learning algorithm to identifying depression, but it was based on only 172 participants. Novel et al. In 2018 have done their study based on 26 students who have suicidal ideation and have a bad experience for 2 weeks, and uh, the message the message and text are collected from their mobiles and social media, but the participant was very much limited. In another study, J in 2018 collected some tweets based on 21 keywords and phrases without exact mental health status. Moshe et al. Has suggested that absolute thinking is a vulnerable factor and related to suicidal ideation, borderline disorder, and eating disorder through statistical analysis. David Carnot investigated the importance of stylometric marker for depression and Alzheimer detection based on only two authors and their 45 novels. According to our proposed methodology, we have used a benchmark dataset shared in figshare.com. It contains 6,893 posts or messages. They are collected from 63 different internet forums. We have removed 350 indirect messages that was addressed to the problems of our family members or friends. We have maintained four criteria here. All the messages must be in English language. The minimum length of the post should be 100 words. Messages were directly represented by the members and the text must be in continuous prose. The dataset contains 7 mental disorder problems: anxiety, borderline personality disorder, post-traumatic stresses, depression, eating disorder, schizophrenia, suicidal ideation, and there are two different groups, physical diseases that have different type of patients, like diabetics, cancer patients, asthma patients, normal people of different ages, and a recovery group. We have divided our analysis into two segments. In the first segment, it is based on 7 different data sets with 7 mental disorder specifically, and we have not considered here the recovery group. In the second segment, we created 4 classes, two common common classes like mental disorder versus the other people's, normal versus the mental disorder, physical health problem and recovery group, physical health problem versus other groups, recovery groups versus other mental disorder or physical problem or normal group. As a part of data pre-processing, we have collected 2,174 short forms of word. They are collected from different websites, and we have replaced it with the actual word. Like the alphabet U is replaced by U, YOU, and GR8. This means grade. We have replaced this word by grade. There are there are some common some this short word. There are some short word can have different meaning. Like YR can be you, yeah, right, and you. But we have chosen the most potential one in our analysis. For feature extraction, we consider four pronouns, and there are personal pronoun, progressive pronoun, reflexive pronoun, intensive pronoun, and we have also considered progressive adjective, as their progressive adjective is resemble to pronoun. Here, reflexive pronoun and intensive pronoun are same word, but they are different according to their use. The data set is imbalanced in nature. We have used smoothing to make it balanced. As a part of performance analysis, we have used five machine learning algorithms: logistic regression, K-neighbor, support vector machine, random forest, and stacking classifier. And we have done 5-fold cross-validation with 5-time repetition. Performance measure is done based on balanced accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score, specificity, and Matthew correlation coefficient. And finally, uh, we have different mental disorder classification, and we have represented our study based on different representation. This table shows the different performance measures that we used here. For anxiety, it is found that the accuracy is varied. Balance accuracy varied from 68% to 86%, and the F1 score varied 58 to 82%. It is also observed that stacking classifier is showing highest performance compared to the other algorithms. For borderline personality disorder, it also achieved a good accuracy that varies from 66% to 87%, and a high F1 score, it varies from 57 to 84%. And also we observe that stacking classifier showing highest performance. Similarly, we have found higher significant balance accuracy and significant F1 score, and a similarly stacking classifier is showing significant performance than others. Similarly, eating disorder, post-traumatic disorder, schizophrenia, and suicide ideation, all the datasets are showing similar performance. For suicidal ideation, it shows significant achievement, 92% F1 score with 0.09% standard deviation. We also plotted a precision recall curve for the 7 different mental disorders for 5 machine learning algorithms. We found higher recall with higher precision in detection of specific mental problem from the others group. The performance of stacking classifier, random forest, and the K nearest neighbor for all the disorder detection are showing significant achievement compared to the logistic regression and support vector machine method. We also tested chi-squared feature selection method for 29 described pronouns and observed some specific pronouns have significant score compared to the other pronoun. The combination of the is different for different pronouns. Here, for anxiety, we found that I, my, it, its, me have significant value that, and where BPD I, me, she, he, him, he. If we consider the first five pronouns, then for the depression we have I, my, me, myself, itself, and for the others, they are different. For here, for eating disorder, it is he, you, I, they, myself. For post-traumatic disorder, it is he, I, me, him, my. For schizophrenia, it is they, them, me, you, he. And for suicidal ideation, it is my, I, my, me, myself, her. We have also presented the four different classes based on the performance metrics according to our observation. All the classes have good balance accuracy and with higher precision and higher F1 score. More, moreover, it is found that our method has shown a significant F1 score in identifying mental disorder and recovery class. Here, here for the four classes, we also found the combination of the pronouns. For recovery group, it is found that the pronoun combination can be you, my, yourself, I, it. For mental disorder versus other classes, I, my, me, myself, it. For normal versus other classes, it is my, I, my, me, it, myself. And for the physical disease versus other classes, it is I, me, myself, my, you. Limitation of our work. The annotation were based on the content of the quiz, which may not always reflect the true mental status. This analysis based only one single message. The lack of content of the message may introduce inexact interpretation of the content. To be more accurate in future, our idea is to collect write-ups of clinically diagnosed and classified person with proper piece of evidence, experience, and details to enhance our diagnosis process. Here, the main challenge of the study is collection of text messages related to various types of mental disorder and to cross-check them, data cleaning and pre-processing with the collected data, developing the mechanism that can identify the level of depression based on the stylometric feature, implementing the overall process and testing the accuracy over different data sets. Our experimental result shows pronoun can be used as primary tools of differentiate mental disorders. Suicide ideation reported the highest score for correct prediction. The recovery group still has high similarity with the class mental disorder. This process is simple, cost-effective, and less time-consuming approaches for diagnosing mental disorder as we are using only simple machine learning algorithm. We achieved up to 89% accuracy in the identification task. Thank you.